it's so funny that these guys who spend most of their time on here talking about how low IQ like immigrants are or whatever are legitimately frustrated with Elon Musk being like, no, dude, you don't understand. These guys are much smarter than the average legacy American, which is crazy. Anyway, but you want to come in? What do you want to talk about today? Here, you can pull that chair over there. Yeah, Chad is saying don't come in. Ew, gross. You want to do You want to do banana peels later? I said Bancourt. What? Stop apologizing.
Sorry, guys.
All right.
Wait,
Alex is here.
Second. I'm
What's
going
up?
to see Nosferatu.
Oh, you are? When are you going to see it?
At 4 o'clock in 35mm, baby.
Okay, nice. All right, have fun. All right, so
wait, there's one other thing I wanted to say.
Maybe we won't do banana peels then.
Well, we could do it, but we're gonna do something cool on Saturday, I think. But I'm not telling them what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to tell them. We shouldn't tell them. Well, they'll find out on Saturday. Wait. Oh, Joe Rogan. You're gonna go on Joe Rogan, right?
What?
We're working on that, right? You're gonna go on Joe Rogan.
Who's we working on it? Why do you come in here to just spread lies?
Guys, Hasan's gonna go on Joe Rogan.
Is that why you came in here?
Just to announce it, to say Hasan Piker's gonna go on Joe Rogan.
I'm not going on Joe Rogan. I don't know where the fuck why he's saying this shit.
That's gonna happen.
I'm gonna cut your face off of more posts.
I'm going out with Nandre and Spooky.
Yeah,
John Choi.
Yeah,
those are my real boys. He is hot. He's got great hair.
Yeah, he's really hot.
Okay, Chad. I love you guys.
He's also a voice actor.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, go have fun with your real friends.
Those are my real friends because they go with me to the movies.
Go have fun with your real friends while I work. My hands look like this, so you can go watch your Nosferatu.
Thank you, King. Can I have money?
Yeah.
Can I have money to go out?
You're my sugar baby.
Thank you. That means so much. It really does. Okay,
anyway,
bye. Sorry, guys.
Wait, are you done? I wanted to look at. Do you want to cover the story with me?
Yeah,
Elon Musk. There are a lot of there's some racist infighting happening. The racists are fighting amongst one another.
Is this the post about I'm a good? Did you see that post?
The Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are obviously they're obviously defending the H-1B visas and a lot of the people, a lot of the racist right wingers, including Sam Hyde.
Oh, thank you for talking about this with me. Sam Hyde.
Yeah, well,
thanks
you know, so much. We don't want or need to turn this country into India, he says. And everyone is mad at Elon Musk and Vivek because they're Silicon Valley tech bros. And as Silicon Valley tech bros, of course, they love the H-1B visas.
Sure.
Because that's like most of their workforce. So many of them abuse the H-1B visas, of course. Elon Musk very famously fired basically every single person with the exception of the H-1B visa workers when he purchased Twitter. Because if you are an immigrant working in the United States of America on an H-1B visa, well, obviously you don't, if you lose your job, you get deported. So you are infinitely more likely to work the long hours necessary for you. They also see it as a discount, given that the currency exchange, if you're sending money back home, given the currency exchange rate, you are willing to take a pay cut because ultimately you're still sending a lot of money back home overall. It is a relatively abusive structure. Now, of course, the way to fix that is by normalizing payments through legislation to ensure that those who are on an H-1B visa still have to be paid in the same exact way that documented Americans on a W-9 or a 1099 employee should be getting paid. But, of course, you can't do that without unions.
Is that the form the CIA gives you, the W-9?
Yeah.
Sick.
No, I'm a 1099 employee for the CIA.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm a contractor.
I'm stupid. Yeah,
I'm a contractor, not a full-time employee for the CIA. Yeah.
Wait, did you see the post that was like, I'm one of the good ones? Did you pull that one
I did not see that.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I feel like I saw this morning.
What is this? You messed up, dude. You lied and told us you were base. Plus, I think you're personally shorting me on the X revenue. So let's get an engineer on that. A common complaint. I mean, all of these losers all of these like right-wing losers on Twitter are chirping at Elon Musk right now. Dinesh D'Souza. Oh, hell yeah.
This one.
There are
this
good
one
and
fucking
bad
crazy.
Indians. I'm obviously one of the good ones. I suspect this Shahram guy is too. On the other hand, these two Indians pictured below were an intrinsic part of the censorship regime on social media. I wish we could deport them.
It's crazy. I have nothing to say. I just wanted to know if you saw this.
Dude, Indian Twitter goes hard. I went down a rabbit hole the other day of a dude from Bangladesh talking about how like Albanians are monkeys and that those in Bangladesh like are actually infinite, like they are of a higher race than everyone else in the continent.
Whoa.
Like it's always so funny because like the way that white people perceive every brown person, like these guys will never understand it, I guess.
In a lot of ways, I mean, we kind of talked about this yesterday.
Like they don't care. They just for the average white racist guy in America, you think they make a distinction between like castes or whatever? No, they just see you as like a guy who's going to blow them up with an explosive vest. They don't know.
Have we ever talked about the legal construction of whiteness on here? I feel like maybe we did, or maybe
I have.
It's pretty
yeah,
interesting.
I mean, I have talked about it quite a bit.
Oh, okay. Wow, so woke.
I mean, yeah.
God, let's all clap for Hassan Piker.
Elon is getting ratioed by his own favorite Nazi account, which is so cool. Silicon Valley's biggest limitation, engineering talent shortage. The U.S. semiconductor industry alone needs over 160,000 engineers by 2032, driven by $250 billion in new investments. Demands for AI experts have skyrocketed, with Elon calling the talent war the craziest ever. Meanwhile, STEM programs struggle to produce enough graduates. This shortage threatens innovation from AI to semiconductors, slowing progress in global competitiveness. Expanding STEM education, streamlining high-skilled immigration, and reskilling workers are urgent solutions. Investing in talent is investing in the future. Elon, this was in response to Elon saying there's a permanent shortage of excellent engineering talent. It is the fundamental limiting factor in Silicon Valley. To which Elon responded, no, we need more, like double that number yesterday. The number of people who are super talented engineers and super motivated in the USA is far too low. Think of this like a pro sports team. If you want your team to win the championship, you need to recruit top talent wherever they may be. That enables the whole team to win. To which Elon's favorite neo-Nazi account. This account is like straight up a neo-Nazi, by the way. Elon Musk routinely talks to him, said, there are over 330 million people in America. Surely there must be enough among them to build your ultimate team. Why would you deny real Americans that opportunity by bringing foreigners together? Ratioing Elon Musk. And Elon responds with, your understanding of the situation is upside down and backwards. Of course, my companies and I would prefer to hire Americans, and we do, as that is much easier than going through the incredibly painful and slow work visa process. However, there is a dire shortage of extremely talented and motivated engineers in America. This is not about handing out opportunities that from some magical hat. You don't get it. This is blindingly obvious when looking at NBA teams, as the physical differences are so obvious to see. However, the mental differences between humans are far bigger than the physical differences. It's so funny that these guys who spend most of their time on here talking about how low IQ like Indians are or whatever are legitimately frustrated with Elon Musk being like, no, dude, you don't understand. These guys are much smarter than the average legacy American, which is crazy. And it's not, it has nothing to do with race and IQ, by the way, and everything to do with the fact that, yeah, they love H-1B visa workers because these guys, if they lose their jobs, they will get deported. They don't just lose their health care, which is already a big ass fear that many legacy Americans, white Americans have. But also on top of that, there's additional fears that like they will obviously get deported. Okay, that's it. And they like that because they see it as like an instant 20% pay cut. Okay, that they can use. And also they're more desperate. So he can exploit them further, which is evidenced by the fact that that's precisely what he did when he fired virtually everyone from Twitter and made the rest of the workforce that is desperate not to get deported work overtime to pick up the slack for the rest of the redundancies that he eliminated. Your understanding of the situation is upside down and backwards. It comes down to this. Do you want America to win or do you want America to lose? If you force the world's best talents to play for the other side, America will lose. End of story.
Thank you for standing up for America, Elon.
Yeah. It's so funny Vivek wrote this like effort post as well, which I'm going to get to. Here's Felix's summarization. This is one of the funniest posts I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a guy misjudge things quite like this. He spent years pretending to laugh at Babylon Bee headlines so we could post this.
Holy shit. So
Vivek
long.
Ramaswamy.
Please don't read that.
Vivek Ramaswamy, who, by the way, technically could be denaturalized and deported with the administration that he's a part of's policies, because his parents were not American citizens at the time of his birth on U.S. soil. And one of Trump's policies is to literally denaturalize anchor babies. So it's ironic that Vivek Ramaswamy, who is an anchor baby himself, is a part of the administration that would work on literally deporting him.
God.
Anyway, here's what he had to say. The reason top tech companies, yes,
oh my God,
it's not that long.
Chat.
The reason top tech companies often hire foreign-born, first-generation engineers over native, in air quotes, Americans, isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C word, culture. Tough questions.
Yeah, that's the C word.
Tough questions demand tough answers. And if dude, it's so funny because what these guys are saying, okay, I need you to understand something. Right now, the question in everyone's mind is H-1B visas. That's why these business owners are defending H-1B visas, because they utilize H-1B visa workers. What do you think is going to happen to every small business owner, jet ski dealership owner, restaurant owner, hospitality owner when undocumented migrants are rounded up and mass deported? They are going to chirp in the exact same way that Vivek is chirping right now. This is something that I've talked about already. Just so you understand, the reason why these guys are chirping is because they're tech bros and they heavily rely on H-1B visas, okay? H-1B visa workers. That is a cheaper alternative that is easier to exploit, okay? Just like the entirety of our agricultural and construction industry relies on undocumented workers, okay? Again, for the exact same principles, easier to exploit with no legal recourse. They have no way of defending themselves in their workplaces because they're illegally in the on U.S. soil. And what's really interesting about this process is that the only reason why you're hearing them chirp about this is because they hire H-1B visa workers. But inevitably, once mass deportations, if they were actually to be implemented, you would see virtually every single one of these small business Hitlerites turn on the Trump administration overnight. When the Bracero program was implemented in the United States of America, it was the Texas ranchers that were actively hunting down, not the undocumented migrants, actively hunting down federal law enforcement agency officers because they wanted to defend their workers, because they relied on their Mexican background workers. Okay? This is America's recent history, something that many people do not even think about. Things can turn overnight. Things can change overnight. Anyway, here's the truth.
I'm ready.
Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long.
Agree.
At least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college. It starts young.
Yup.
A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ.
Yup.
Or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers.
Speaking of valedictorian, you know who a valedictorian who we all love in this community? Luigi Mangione. That's our favorite. Wow.
We venerate valedictorians.
We gotta venerate valedictorians like Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione. And he's Italian, so he's he is a person of color.
For sure.
Yeah.
We know that now.
Yeah. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World, or Zack and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell, or Stefan over Steve Urkel in Family Matters.
What the fuck?
Will not. 52,000 likes. Dude, Twitter is so stupid. I think like culturally, like the Twitter posting culture is so unimaginably busted, so unimaginably broken.
Yeah, it's bad.
That like a person who crafted these sentences can get 50,000 likes. What the hell is going on? Who is this for?
Wait, why does he hate on Corey?
Bro said Urkel deserves more respect. That's why. It's the nerds. It's the nerds that you've overlooked for far too long. And that's why the nerds are rising up. Because guess what? In India, those nerds, they don't get overlooked.
This is such a personal grievance. It's crazy. So he was watching Saved by the Bell, absolutely fuming at what was happening to Screech.
This is literally the black Twitter meme of the nerd who's like, I'm going to become your landlord in the future. Yeah. Like the sexy girl or whatever. Yeah. With the nerd. Someone's got to have that meme ready to go. You know what I mean? Beat it, chick.
I think that this whole thing for him started, he was thinking already about Saved by the Bell and Urkel and fuming and just furious. And he's like, this is just like that. This is just like that. Every time.
Great academics are leaving for China. People like Xing-Tung Yao, who literally given the title Emperor of Math, left Harvard to teach in China because he felt slighted by the people in the field. Americans want to keep up in the field, but are racist towards people who want to contribute. Yeah, China is becoming the next brain drain from what I understand. Yeah, don't worry, baby. He's just a nerd. Why do they always pick thugs years later? Hey, baby, remember me? Beat it, chick. Why can't I find a good man?
Oh, and she's pregnant also.
This is exactly, this is what he did. He posted this.
They don't like it. Oh, I see. Yeah, sure.
He's low-key spitting if you take the incel tone out of it. Culture that emphasizes academics definitely plays a huge role in this. Dude, it's not a culture that emphasizes academia, okay? You don't have to literally have like a Confucianist approach historically for your 1,000-year empire in order to arrive at this. You just have to fund schools, dude. But of course, Americans are so...
Oh, sorry.
What? Go ahead.
And I mean, allow people to live. Allow people a moment of rest in this world. You know how many Mozarts do we lose because of the way the world is set up? These people are exhausted. They can't thrive in this horrible capitalist hellscape. Are you serious? They talk about, exceptionalism, all this other bullshit. It's because all the people that are here are exhausted. They don't get any rest. There's no third spaces. There's nowhere to go. Everything is criminalized. These people.
Yeah, and these are the people who are most responsible for this destruction too, because of short-term profit seeking. That where every corner there's an opportunity of investment. Every corner there's an opportunity for privatization. Every corner there is a way to make money. We have engineered society in a way to basically have perma brain drain, hopefully, to make up for what we lack. And then now this guy's like, oh, you don't understand. It's the culture. It's not. It's not the culture.
It's not because you're not about the culture is Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, he's like, the nerds didn't get enough pussy in high school. That's why, it's we have to keep hiring nerds from India. It's like, okay, dude, sure.
Oh my God, keep going. Go to the Whiplash.
Yeah, now you like it.
I do like it now. Yeah,
more movies like really Whiplash, fewer reruns of Friends, more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers, more weekend science competitions, fewer Saturday morning cartoons, more books, less TV, more creating, less chilling, more extracurriculars, less hanging out at the mall. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is incredible. Most normal American parents look skeptically at those kinds of parents. More normal American kids view those kinds of kids with scorn. If you grow up aspiring to normalcy is what you will achieve. Now close your eyes and visualize which families you in the 90s or even now who raised their kids according to one model versus the other. Be brutally honest. Okay, I also need to mention something here. It's literally money, okay? It's money. It's how much money in wages that have not kept up with productivity that you are willing to let your workers have, okay? And I always use the example of teachers. No one becomes a teacher in this country because they want to make the buku bucks. They become a teacher because they love the profession. And there is this same principle applies virtually across every sector with the exception of like finance and maybe a couple different ones where you still can make like a shit ton of money, okay? Virtually every sector in this country, you have to love your job and you have to genuinely be passionate about what you are doing. And this is included, but not limited to the sector of engineering at this point. 20 years in the past, 30 years in the past, engineering was seen as a golden bracelet profession, okay? It was seen as something that you did and you could make a lot of money over it. And I know from personal experiences that even on the engineering side, even if you are a rocket scientist, okay, even if you are literally a rocket scientist, the thing that keeps you going is not the money that you are making, which again is nowhere near what you would think it is, but it is absolutely the genuine, real passion you have for the craft, for the work that you're putting out there, okay? We are literally in every sector, including historically high paid sectors, relying on people and their own personal passions to make this to make this economy continue, creating unimaginable profits for those at the tippy top who don't actually have any sort of output, who don't actually provide any sort of value whatsoever, aside from the upfront capital that they give to these companies in the form of purchasing stocks, in the form of becoming shareholders. Okay, they never touch the factory floor. They never are a part of the assembly. They do not care about any of the product itself. They only care about the profits that they can generate year over year. Okay,
but the good news is there's a secret bank account out there that you can access.
What is this? I don't know why you're showing me this right now. I wasn't even talking about anyone. All right, what were you going to say? Secret bank account.
If you're a sovereign citizen, you just need to say the right words, and then you will have access to this bank account in your name.
Thank you.
All right, never mind. Sorry. Flop.
Oh, yeah. Matt Damon, whose mother is a teacher, who is right here, famously a decade plus ago, gave an interview to Reason.tv. Reason TV is a libertarian outlet where they were talking about teachers' unions and how bad teachers' unions are. Here's Matt Damon basically echoing what I was telling you earlier.
There isn't job security, right? There's an incentive to work hard and be a better actor because you want to have a job. So why isn't it like that for teachers?
You think job insecurity is what makes me work hard?
Well, you have an incentive to work harder, but if there's job security...
Be an actor. It's not an incentive. That's the thing. So you take this MBA-style thinking, right? It's the problem with ed policy right now. There's this intrinsically paternalistic view of problems that are much more complex than that. It's like saying a teacher is going to get lazy when they have tenure. A teacher wants to teach. I mean, why else would you take a shitty salary and really long hours and do that job unless you really love to do it?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what the
How
fuck?
you like them apples?
No, hold on. This part is really good. The cameraman goes, aren't 10% bad, though? He just, like, came up with that number out of his ass. 10% of teachers are bad? What the fuck does that even mean?
That are bad, though? 10% of teachers are bad.
Where'd you get that number?
I don't know. 10% of people in any profession maybe should think of something else. Right?
Well, okay, but I mean, maybe you're a shitty cameraman. I don't know.
So good.
Yeah.
No, that's something I've seen recently that I hadn't seen before. Was now sort of the reactionary answer to teachers is they say that like all of them are pedophiles.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen, like, whenever people defend teachers now,
Yeah.
right wing, like conservatives,
It's
reactionaries,
insane.
they
It's
say
also
that they're all pedophiles.
It's also partially like the babification of American society as a whole. Felix, I think, was talking about this recently. He's talked about this quite a bit, where it's like, where like everyone is a baby. Like every American is basically like a baby brain dipshit at this point. Mm-hmm. So a lot of our cultural resentments, or a lot of our resentments, revolve around like, you know, baby shit. It reminds me of that one post from this kid who was like, from this kid on Twitter that went viral, talking about like, of course someone is gonna like become a school shooter. Like, you put me in this position where you have this like psychotic fascist woman like telling me what to do, this cat lady, and it's like you're a child.
They were probably 14,
Yeah,
or maybe they were 38. Like, I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, no. Matt Damon has always been like this. It's interesting. Both Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are perfect embodiments of the aggressive social dominance that Boston area natives are able to command in an unfriendly television interview. From word one, he flips the power structure of the entire video and never flips back. Amazing stuff. Yeah.
Also, their company, I think they have like buy-in for their production company, which is pretty cool, right? Like,
I didn't know that. But they're pretty. They have very consistently been like, yeah, there's like a bunch of shitty things that they've done, as every Hollywood celebrity has, but like they have fairly consistently been on the right side. Bill Burr as well, obviously. There is some about Boston that some about massholes that just churns out these like old school white working class background guys that just get it. I don't know what it is.
Actors Equity, that's their company.
Sam Cedar as well, obviously. Anyway, are you trying to dip? You're trying to leave.
I'm not trying to
bad.
leave. I'm not trying to leave.
You literally are like,
I don't like
you're
it.
angsty and you're trying to run away.
I look like the dark version of you right now.
Yeah. We do have very similar drip. Okay. Now, now close your eyes and visualize which families you knew in the 90s or even now who raised their kids according to one model versus the other. Be brutally honest. Normalcy doesn't cut it in a hyper-competitive global market for technical talent. And if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China. This can be our Sputnik moment. We've awakened from slumber before, and we can do it again. Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden era in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up. A culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, hard work over laziness. That's the work we have cut out for us, rather than wallowing in victimhood and just wishing or legislating alternative hiring practices into existence. I'm confident we can do it. Cernovich responds, the Woodstock generation managed to build out aerospace. The one before went to the moon. America, well, that was also immigrants. The ones that got us to the moon were also immigrants that were maybe of German origin.
My
different kind of immigrant talent.
Favorite immigrants.
Yeah, different kind of immigrant talent helped America get to the moon. I think German immigration. You know. America was doing great. Underlying your post is that we were all living in squalor before being rescued by H-1Bs. Then why did everyone want to come here? That version of America, the one that used to embody unbridled exceptionalism, is exactly what we want to return to. There's a point about culture, not immigration policy.
Let's go, Cat Turd.
Cat Turd says, do I really need to start listing American inventors and what the world wouldn't have without us? That's the version of America I want to see us return to. Anna, also, what's also funny is like all of these people are descendant of immigrants to begin with. That's just America, including but not limited to, I guess, Anna Kachian. Vivek, this is sort of proving the point I made on your show. You're right. It is cultural and that different cultures value things differently. And this isn't really doing much to dispel that notion that they're incompatible. Anyway, thanks for letting me talk for so long on TV and not cutting it.
Plug yo shit, girl.
Yeah. Like, oh God, I just despise them so much. The Red Scare girls, like they're so gross. Another Indian American weighs in. There's nothing wrong with American workers or American culture. All you have to do is look at the border and see how many want what we have. We should be investing in prioritizing Americans, not foreign workers. Yeah, but this is drummed up a lot of controversy. Comrade Stump says, this is the most anti-American post I've ever read. He does not get the culture. He does not understand the country. Americans aren't hive mind bugs, and they want to import people who will play that role. Vivek does not understand America. First of all, this guy is wrong. Americans literally do want to import. They don't want to. First of all, the way that this country is designed relies on a consistent flow of migration into it. Okay. That is a big part of why America, alongside, its geopolitical positioning in the planet and not being immediately destroyed by World War II, a big part of why America has been this engine is because of the brain drain, is because of migration patterns, both at the tippy top of society, the individuals that work in the academic side of things that have come to America for prosperity, but also on the very bottom rungs of society that are hyper exploited as well, which is, the undocumented migrants that do all the jobs that Americans don't want to do. Part of the reason why Americans don't want to do those grueling tasks also is not necessarily because those tasks are very difficult to do in the agricultural sector, even though there is certainly a lot of difficulties on the body or in the construction field as well. It's because of pay. That's it. It's because American business owners, American capitalists don't want to pay what you should be paid to do these jobs. Okay? That's it. There is no point throughout American history where the American engine has not run on H-1B visa style workers and the brain drain that happens in academia, and also at the permanent underclass that we've created for undocumented migrants that work in all of our key sectors. Okay? So the idea that like this is not a fundamental part of America is really stupid. And the actual fix to this process is by forcibly making wages higher. Okay? Forcibly extracting profits from the hands of profiteers, capital owners who are lifeless, faceless husks that have nothing to do with the productive output, that have no interest in generating value at all, simply just interested in turning profit and profit margins that consistently yield better dividends, okay? But instead, forcibly making sure that those profits go back to the workers. Now, of course, when I start talking like this, a lot of people get scared. They're like, oh, I don't know about that. But that is it. That is the way that you normalize this process. And many racists will look to this and say, well, we can't do that when there's so many goddamn Mexicans in the country. They're not doing that for white people either, you dumb. They're not. Even if you were to forcibly deport in the most cruel Hitlerian policy possible, 20 million undocumented migrants that are currently playing a very important role in American agricultural sectors, in hospitality, in virtually every field that keeps this country running. It's not like the remaining white Americans and remaining documented Americans that racist people like to call legacy Americans are going to fill those roles for the same pay, and there's not going to be an increase in pay to make sure that those roles are fulfilled anyway. It's not happening because the ultimate goals from capital owners are still the same, which is to consistently undermine the working class and ensure that they work in horrible conditions so that they can make the most amount of profit possible at a time when automation and technological innovation ends up creating this reverse profit margin that almost always has a tendency to decline. Profits will always shrink no matter what due to technological innovation. And in that process, if your goal is to steadily improve profit margins, you are always going to go after the most malleable force, which is labor. Labor is the only force you can dominate and lower the price point of. Vivek does not understand America. He talks about the jocks as if they're the stereotypical meatheads instead of usually being the most well-rounded people in high school. Vivek talks about chilling and sleepovers as if they're bad things for kids to partake in. Imagine having an awful childhood because your parents wanted you to excel at using Excel. A miserable anti-American mindset. Totally foreign. Anyway. Jocks are well-rounded. I'm a jock.
I just wish they could all get along. It's really sad to see this.
Yeah, ironically, capital would prefer labor camps to deportation, which would put a downward pressure on wages. Yeah. The first reply, they really got everyone infighting over this on the right. My favorite H-1B related exchange I've seen today on Twitter. Indians are now threatening American right-wingers that they have nukes. Why aren't Indians making India great? Give them free markets and the rule of law so liberalism... Wait. India doesn't have... What? I thought the reason why we overlooked BJP's fascism was because they were so free market oriented and have the rule of law and liberalism. And you'll see them thrive just like South Koreans thrive, but not North Koreans. It's amazing. Oh, you sent the wrong link. Why aren't Indians making India great? They have nukes. You don't. Tread carefully, my English bro. Really? You think that will set them off, but not Iran and Russia? Ignorant fool. I have it on good authority that the Indian Prime Minister keeps close tabs on lotus eaters. What is happening? Dude, the universal principle here is that all of the hogs, there is hog universality, as you guys know. I've talked about this quite a bit. This is why I love doing Hogwatch of different origins as well. I love doing Hogwatch in Israel. I love doing Hogwatch in India as well. Just like I love doing Hogwatch in America. And the consistent through line in Hogwatch is always that they are so unimaginably racist. It's extra funny when you are someone of Indian background and you're a racist in an otherwise universal white supremacist society, because the rest of the racists in the West don't look at you and think that you are of a higher caste or of an upper class. They just see you as the same as the way you see people of a lower caste.
It's the most American thing you can do, though. Like, in a lot of ways, they are the ultimate Americans. They have totally become part of American culture.
Yeah. You are not on the team, my bro. I think this is an international hog right here in our chat. Entire prison populations from several countries walked across your border to about 30,000 needs to go back. Vivek is a saint. U.S. Senate hearings you all should pay attention to through Forbes magazine showing the hard truths. Lol. What? Please do Hogwatch in Germany. I did it recently, as a matter of fact, when the Magdeburg terrorist turned out to be a hog.
Oh, did you cover all that stuff?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see all the stuff with his Twitter?
Yeah.
It's
and then
fucking
Elon
crazy.
literally went back and like combed through his Twitter to be like to massage out some of the kinks. Tim Pool is duking it out with a Twitter guy. If your race is so great, why am I out competing you on every axis that actually matters? Seems like you are the one who is dysgenic. Thankfully, evolution will take care of you in due time. Good luck to you and your children if you are capable of having any.
Jesus Christ.
Lol, holy shit, is this really an ex-employee? You, me, Code Forces. Let's find out who can reverse a binary tree faster, Beanie Boy. Amazing. This has created this kind of right-wing infighting is so amazing to me. It's great. I love signal boosting the absolute worst people. No, this is awesome. Let them fight. Let them fight.
What, do you guys believe this now that you saw it? Did you read that and become incredibly racist?
Yeah. What this guy wants is white guy affirmative action. Parag was a gold medalist in the International Physics Olympiad, which is insane. And Josiah graduated from a college with 100% admittance rate. But Josiah thinks he deserves a better job than Parag because he's white. These third worlders with fake credentials are harder workers and smarter than you and your neighbors. You need to let them rule over you, says Josiah Lippincott. Parag Agrawal holds a PhD in computer science from Stanford University and is a gold medalist in the International Physics Olympiad. Josiah Lippincott has a simple Bachelor of Arts in Politics from Hillsdale College. Dude, fascism is a death cult, okay? And that's why I think given how supercharged our news consumption cycle has become, especially with the invention of social media, you're now seeing that death cult spiral into this ever-shrinking process much faster than you normally would experience it. Like in the 1930s, the death cult would take some time to possibly get to the Ubermensch concept, right? Like they never fully flushed it out even. Nowadays, it happens in real time within the process of, within a matter of like weekends, okay? It's awesome. What would previously take a decade to arrive at this inevitable conclusion, this inevitable contradiction, and you know the infighting would kick in. You are seeing it. You're seeing it happen in real time, online, in broad daylight, in an accelerated fashion. I've never seen a better example of the face-eating leopard party meme being brought to life than what we've seen from Trump-supporting tech execs the past few days. Yup. Musk on his employee that beefed with Tim Pool. He's a troll, but went a little over the top in the past few days. One of your engineers is a racist. Yeah, dude. Racist people crying about racism because it's an Indian dude talking about white people. Yes. Yes. Oh,
that's true racism.
It's so good. It's so good, dude. Oh, I'm mainlining it, dude. Oh, that's so awesome. That's so sick. He's Algerian. Okay, even better. Oh, even better. That's great. My Muslim brothers. Remember, his background doesn't matter. What matters is that he is, one, of migrant background, and two, he's being an anti-white racist. Do you understand? I'm upset. I like UNX, but not him. He should work instead of mocking whites.
Funny, look at this after dinner. Funny how it's okay when it's against one group of people.
Yeah, no, this is like the dark humor, the dark humor enjoyers when white people are in the crosshairs. The dark humor enjoyers whenever you make fun of a CEO.
Guys, this is really not funny. Can we get serious?
Can we stop, please? Can we stop making fun of white people? What the f*** is going on? Loomer is trolling for attention. Ignore. Telling the truth isn't trolling. Read the room, Elon Musk. You bought your way into MAGA 5 minutes ago after Trump almost had his head blown off in Butler. Remember when you voted for Biden and propped up Governor Ron DeSantis and you said Trump was too old? We all know you only donated your money so you could influence immigration policy and protect your buddy Xi Jinping. Yeah. Elon. Laura Loomer is jealous that Elon paid his way into Trump's orbit, whereas Laura Loomer had to do something much more difficult. Suck her way to the top. God, that was so sick when there were when Laura
what
Loomer
did you say?
Oh, I said Laura Loomer had to suck her way to the Trump's orbit.
God.
Yeah, I am a Laura Loomer Donald Trump truther. It's one of my conspiracy theories that I 100% believe. Laura Loomer, more like Laura Coomer. By the way, she's not wrong. Elon Musk has Tesla factories in Shanghai, and Elon Musk absolutely tanked the clean resolution partially because it would turn the already existing Treasury Department protocols of offering additional scrutiny to those who actually invest in China into legislation. This was a bipartisan deal that was crafted within and was placed in the clean resolution bill, which Elon Musk did not want in the clean resolution bill. They took it out. Yeah, he did not like that. He did not like that he would be under additional scrutiny for investing in China. By the way, that guy's Algerian atheist who says some vile Islamophobic stuff, ex-Muslim, Saudi AFD guy style. Everyone in the story is awful. No, I know. It's fantastic.
He seemed like a good guy.
Yeah, What is this? Eric Weinstein, I love this. Do you want to fill an entire stadium debating this with me? I'm so game for America.
Hell
you
yeah.
love this place? So do I. We don't know each other. I'm a US-born STEM PhD with some background in this issue in the sciences. Dance with me. Do you think 40,000 people would see you and Vivek Ramaswamy debate H-1B visas?
For a visa, they would.
This is amazing. All of the grossest, sweatiest, weirdest right-wing loser nerds are fighting each other, and it's awesome. It is amazing that this controversy has erupted like an atomic bomb and has made every single racist of different background mad at one another. America wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Indian excellence, says Kache. Engineer at X. No, my dad's dad built this country and it was rich. No. Oh, it's so good. Atomic bombs don't erupt, himbo. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, nerd. Whatever kind of bomb. For Lolo.
What is it?
No, I'm not clicking on that. So they want to debate who is and isn't American more than they want to debate real issues like the Constitution. Debate real issues like the Constitution. This was only a matter of time. Whenever one party gets full control, they eat themselves alive. No, it's awesome. This is amazing. Let them fight. Let them fight. I love this. Yeah. At the risk of Elon Musk is trying to put this together, by the way, he's trying to throw some water on this. And he's like, at the risk of stating the obvious, there are many attention-seeking trolls on all social media platforms trying to yank your chain. They win if you respond.
Guys, don't give in to the trolls.
Yeah. Everyone is a liberal at the end of the day, baby. Everyone is a liberal at the end of the day. Okay? Never forget. Oh my God. Kaya is so loud with her snores.
I'm going to shoot this one out. Shoot out this Rogan tweet.
What? What is the Rogan tweet?
Should I post this?
What is the post?
I don't want to show it to you.
Wait, are you just lying about me being on Joe Rogan or something? I don't understand.
Post it right now.
What did you just post? Hello, Joe Rogan. I think you should work out with my friend Hassan the Hun and do a podcast episode together. I don't like your politics, but I do think it would be good for you two to chat. Watch out.
I think you should retweet it. I dare you.
Oh! There you go. Vivek intervenes in the MAGA civil war by saying the reason tech companies need to bring H-1B visa employees over is because Americans failed to venerate Steve Urkel. Does Vivek think this will convince hardline anti-immigration people that H-1B visas are necessary to fill engineering roles? Or is this just a way of signaling the A16Z set that he's on side? What? Interesting. I predicted two sides will come to an amenable agreement soon based on the quality of these ideas. All the paleo right MAGA tradespeople should seriously just pivot to building data centers and GPU farms and power plants that power them. They have the skills. This is how they can own a slice of the AI pie in the near term. Says based Bev Bezos. All the top minds are on this. They're on the problem. They're going to fix it. What is this? People seem to be missing the fact that you're asserting that it's elite engineering talent that we have a shortage of in America, like 0.1 to 0.01%. And if we don't fill the shortage with immigrants in the short term, we will lose. Maybe this is a helpful clarification. I'm referring to bringing in via legal immigration the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning. This is like bringing in the Jokic's or the Wembys of the world. He just keeps doing like NBA. I don't know what. Does he start recently watching the NBA or something?
I don't know. I thought he was really into Diablo.
Yeah.
Isn't that his whole thing?
Or Poe now. Path of Exile. Kaya. A116Z is Anderson Horowitz's VC firm. By the way, the H-1B discourse completely ignores how all these companies do permanent layoffs now to suppress wages. Yeah.
And also how they're using AI to mass lay off people as well. Even at the very successful tech companies.
Yeah. This is like bringing the Jokic's of the Wembys of the world to help your whole team, which is mostly Americans, win the NBA. Win the NBA. To win the NBA.
Hell yeah.
Thinking of America as a pro
real
sports
fan.
Thinking
he
of
loves
America.
the game.
Yeah. He's doing the Lori Lightfoot, the wearing the NFL gear during the Super Bowl. It's like, you know, I appreciate sports on all sides. Okay. I will not be taking a side on this sport endeavor. Yeah. Anyway, thinking of America as a pro sports team that has been winning for a long time and wants to keep winning is the right mental construct. If you're serious about increasing the quantity and quality of educated, competent, exceptional American workers, you don't need to search the world for smart migrants. You just need to end affirmative action, stop mandatory DEI, and ban forced equity. Problem solved. He got it. That's it. That's the real. That was what was keeping Americans back. Okay. These guys are so invested in alternative narratives other than like the major problems that they're facing that they literally cannot comprehend it. And it's really funny because Donald Trump has talked about abolishing the Department of Education, right? And in the same conversation, when he talks about abolishing the Department of Education, he'll be like, Norway and China, they have so much better education than we do. And it's like, yeah, dumbass. That's because they have a Department of Education that they actually is competent. They have a hyper focus on public education. It's not this like piecemeal private interest that has absolutely gutted what remains of this already underfunded sector. That's literally it. It's not about venerating the nerds or whatever either, okay? What the On the one hand, they're like gutting education. On the other hand, they're like, why don't we have any talent? Like, I don't understand.
I'm excited for you to go on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, this is definitely going to happen.
Sick, brother.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going. I'm going to hang out with my real friends.
Okay, well,
Sorry,
have fun,
chat.
dude. Have fun, dude.
You're always invited. You never want to come.
Well, I'm streaming.
I mean, not right now, but
I'm streaming the chaos happening in the MAGA world right now, and you're over here.
Nosferatu. I gotta know. I'm Nosferatu maxing.
Yeah, go Nosferatu Max.
You don't know anything about Dracula or vampires. You'd probably just let a vampire right into your house. Would be my assumption.
Wait, first of all, you're telling a Turkish man, an Ottoman son, he doesn't know anything about Dracula. Do you know Vlad Dracul Tepes, the original real human being that the story of Dracula was tailored around? Yeah. I know very well. I know very well. I have epigenetic memories unlocking in me right now. The moment that you brought up, the Impaler. How dare you? How dare you come in here and talk about the Impaler in my presence? I'm telling my dad.
Your dad likes me. He remembers my name.
Yeah. Now that he's
today.
Well, oh well, I'm proud of you.
His
now
dad
that he
English.
heard you glaze Dracula, he will have a different opinion.
I wasn't glazing Dracula.
You were.
I was just talking about vampires.
The Impaler.
All right, you. I'm out of here. Bye. Have a great day. Have a nice stream. See you guys later.
Executed like a dog for the crimes against the Ottomans.
I'm going to see Nosferatu.
Mehmet the Conqueror will rise up once again. 1453, best year of my life.
Goodbye.
Vlad Dracul Tepes. Don't go watch Nosferatu, Hasan. That's settling for normalcy. Yeah, I know. This nerd is going to watch Nosferatu. Meanwhile, what am I doing? Getting 0 bitches. Okay, you already know, baby. Getting 0 bitches, working day in day out because I, just like Vivek Ramaswamy, have what it takes to make America great. As the son of immigrants. The best year of your life that happened before your life? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Still the best year. Istanbul, not Constantinople, baby. Matt Gaetz has come out against Elon Musk as well. Uh-oh. We welcomed the tech bros when they came running our way to avoid the third grade teacher picking their kid's gender and the obvious Biden-Harris economic decline. We did not ask them to engineer an immigration policy. After Gavin Mario Wax says, the tech bros ally with MAGA to defeat a Democrat party full of hubris and arrogance. Now those same tech bros are engaging in the same hubris and arrogance with their flippant, condescending, and elitist responses to legitimate criticisms of the H-1B1 program, politically inept. H-1Z1. I feel like Gates has some other things to worry about right now instead of shitting on Musk, although I love to see them infighting. Yeah, no, it's great. Let them fight. Let them fight. Monkey's paw. A lot of people are paying attention to Cenk right now. He's having a moment. I have to admit, I underestimated the tribalism on our side. I once thought that people realized that I'm defending left-wing positions in front of right-wing crowds. They would understand that that's not selling out. That's the opposite. But no, most seem to think that just the mere act of talking to the other side is an unbearable heresy. We should never talk because that's appeasement, etc. Winning the popular vote doesn't give them legitimacy, but one left-winger talking to them does. The fact that people can't see that, how crazy that sounds. No, man. I don't know why Cenk refuses to comprehend that this is not about like talking to the right. People do that all the time. I do it too. The issue is who you're talking to on the right and how you're talking to people on the right. That's it. If you go on Turning Point USA's own broadcast, talk about like how you have so many similarities with the likes of Charlie Kirk, or you have the same interest in mind that you also want to make America great, is you know, and with the underlying operative principle that like the MAGA right is a real movement and it's not just simply adding some marketing policies onto their unrestricted pro-capitalist agenda, then yeah, you're all of a sudden offering legitimacy to some of these right-wing positions that deserve no legitimacy whatsoever. I'm good with it. I'm always going to choose the most rational way to get the policies we want, whether people get furious about it or not. No, I don't think the right wing is going to magically give us everything we want. I also don't think yelling at them at the top of our lungs is going to accomplish that either. I know because I've tried that too. I'm positive we can't get money out of politics unless both sides agree to work together. I'm positive. Yeah, both sides are working together on that front, just in the opposite direction. Let's be real. Which is kind of how Cenk arrived at this conclusion anyway. I'm positive that that's the only way to get back our democracy. I'm positive that unifying on things we agree on is the most rational strategy. So I'm good with the attacks and the accusations because that's the only way out of this endless civil war. The only way to get a better solution is by going through this minefield first, because we have to somehow start the conversation, and that alone triggers people to no end. At some point, we have to dare to venture out of our own bubbles and see if we've been tricked into fighting each other instead of the people in power. We'd be much better off, but you can't set aside your differences with Charlie Kirk to get a beer with him. 2 beers and a proletariat would be in control of their workplace. What? You don't see the vision, nephew? Yeah. That's it. I don't think that there is anything wrong with talking to right-wingers, especially normal right-wingers, your coworkers and the like, regardless of how right-wing and stupid they might be. It's important to recognize that they are deluded and are a victim to social conditioning. It's impossible to avoid propaganda of that sort. It is possible, however, to avoid the top of the hour ad break because I'm not running them, but you can still subscribe for $6 or for free with a Twitch Prime at the top of the hour or at any other point in the podcast as well. This way, unlike Ergo Demise, you can also send me links if you would want to, because that's something that you need to do. You need to be able to subscribe if you want to send me links. Okay. RIP to the top of the hour bot. I know it's been a long time since I've done one of those. Wanted to hit you with one of them regardless. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky as well. There you go. I gave you a top of the hour ad break debate. It's been a long time. You can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime as well. Akabidi, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Valorant, thank you for the 8 gifted subs. Is beer with Chuck Kirk the thing that Cenk says a reference to your story about not having beers after debating him? What, Indian ad break, or you don't like Indians? I don't make the rules. No, I'm not doing that. Anyway, Politico picked this up. What? No, I mean you can wear it. Yeah, of course. It's my favorite hat. Yeah. Yeah, it's if you donate to Democracy Now, you can get one. Anyway, Musk influence sparks fresh talk in Congress on high-skilled immigrants. A Christmas Day social media brawl between President-elect Donald Trump's backers in Silicon Valley and the MAGA base highlighted the looming battle facing the incoming White House Congress over high-skilled immigration. Early conversations are already taking place on Capitol Hill, where Republican lawmakers are openly mulling new plans to boost numbers of high-tech immigrants as Elon Musk and other tech billionaires, including many who have named skilled immigration a priority, flex their expanding influence on Trump and the GOP. But this week's online blow-up suggests immigration hardliners won't surrender easily to Trump's new tech friends. Yeah, it's great. It's amazing. It's great. These guys have arrived at one of the first great limiters. You haven't even covered the Indian side yet. What is this? Western inbreds. This is what the H-1B visa Indian tech workers think of Americans. What? Nothing on Twitter feels better than the meltdown of Western inbreds over the Indian invasion. Oh my God, they're so mad. They're so mad about the anti-white racism. Oh, that's so awesome. This is literally like months and months of unrestricted, years of unrestricted anti-Indian sentiment manifesting in every orifice online, okay? Straight up, out of control. Like, the anti-Indian sentiment has gotten completely out of control on Twitter, especially. Like, I'm learning new racism that I didn't even know existed, okay? And you never covered the anti-Indian racism on Twitter, Insta, TikTok? Yes, I did. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm literally repeating some of the things that I covered on this matter, as a matter of fact. I did. And it's incredible to me that after so much of this like anti-Indian sentiment that is left unchecked on social media and every platform, okay? First of all, how dare you? Yeah, I am the racism sommelier. So if you think that I haven't covered a different kind of racism, you're wrong, okay? It's normalized. This is from Rohan Davis of the anti-Indian hatred in the Western world. This is from, I think this is Indian Hassan certified as well. The anti-Indian racism is so big in the Canadian internet. Like if you go to Canadian Instagram post and includes any Indian person, it gets literally Hitlerian comments. Yeah. Oh, this was also very funny. Grimes also suddenly concocting anti-Indian energy out of nowhere is embarrassing, y'all. Also, they were clear they planned to do this. My stepdad's Indian. I have a fire childhood and have Indian household. Indian culture jives very well with Western culture. I love this take because there is this like, I love this take because there's this attitude. Okay, there's this attitude where like she's saying some cultures don't jive well with Western culture, but Indian culture does jive well with Western culture. It's like, what culture doesn't jive well with Western culture? What the is Western culture? Friend of the show, Grimes, once again, popping off. It's so funny. Would India be okay with being flooded with American culture so much that it changed their culture significantly? Would they care that the two jive well together? We already did this to them. It has caused a ton of problems for them. Wait, what? This is a self-own. When they start singing instead of you, you might change your mind. Do you think you would be successful in Bollywood? Wait, what? She didn't say that, Hasan. You're doing the waffles meme. No, this is a very important aspect of this. This is not a waffles meme, dummy. This is at the heart of the problem. This understands the notion that, like, there are cultures that don't jive well with Western culture. Do you not understand that? This is not waffles to pancakes. No. The fundamental principle that she is operating off of is that there are certain cultures that don't jive well with Western culture. Indian culture is not one of them. That is the implication in this statement. Trapped at the heart of the statement is that, like, you don't understand. Indians are the model minority, unlike some of these other groups that don't jive well. Finding out you're not a part of the in-group. Many anti-DEI legal immigrants who celebrated Trump are now realizing that America First is fundamentally incompatible with their dreams of a global meritocracy. And that Trump's core base is comprised of people who find their presence in America to be rather undesirable. Approva Govind, us legal immigrants want safe cities, meritocracy, a fair exchange for our children to succeed without being boxed into a DI cult. Today, competence is one. Founders can go back to building without worrying about a government that kneecaps success. So thank you and good night. America is my chosen home. I didn't get here accidentally. I wasn't born here. I came here for its values. I'm sacrificing my time I'd have otherwise spent with my Indian relatives so I can be true to my values. I'm glad to see smart people I respect get involved in U.S. politics. This election is especially hard because I had to root against a woman who had a very close connection to my roots. The great thing about the U.S. is unapologetic meritocracy. Today, the best candidate we had won. The racists are slowly coming out of the woodwork on TPOT. Interesting to see. Everyone loves meritocracy until they discover that they're not the top dog. Then suddenly it is, F you, brownie. Cindy says, seriously, I'm just baffled at their credulity. America First is fundamentally a protectionist, populist, myopic movement, whether it comes to global trade or foreign policy or immigration. It's incompatible with free markets, free trade, and free movement of labor. Yeah. Oh, this is what the post I was referring to, by the way. This is how it feels to be a Bangladeshi in subcontinent. I looked at this guy's profile. He shits on Albanians too. I don't think these people understand. Yeah, the goal here is always this. Okay? Look at this post. Whites are 6% of the world. Do not fund your replacement. Don't shop brown. Be racist or go extinct. The goal here is not to, improve American output. Like, the goal here by racists is always been to not be around brown people, no matter what the cost is. Okay? That's it.